Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Boomer Bunker. I am the Duchess. Speaking on behalf of John Domingo, everything we say or discuss on this show is for entertainment purposes. If you disagree with anything either of us says on this show, and you're not operating motor vehicle or under the influence of alcohol or narcotics, please feel free to tell us your thoughts in the chat. If you're listening to this as a downloaded podcast file, you can write to us at boomer.bunker@gmail.com or tweet us at boomer_bunker on X. My advice is to look at the world we live in, realize you complaining to us about it isn't fixing anything, and then continue on with your life. If anything we say during the show offends you, please feel free to watch a different stream, shut the podcast off, or smash your device with a hammer. Boomer Bunker is not liable for damages to equipment by choosing the latter. If you have made it this far into the show and have decided you can live with these terms, then by all means, give your balls a tug, slap yourself in the face a few times, grab a cup of whatever pisses you off, and please enjoy the show.
We're from Jersey, baby, 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 and you're not.
Break it back, your hips up, down, up, down.
We're from Jersey, baby. From Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. Baby, 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 and you're not.
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Boomer Bunker. I'm one of your co-hosts, the Duchess, and sitting next to me is the fantastic and most notorious John Domingo.
Making friends, influencing people, you know me.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a man about town, Mr.
You and your
Public
way.
Relations I am. How's everybody doing tonight? Are you nervous? Are you nervous that they're shooting missiles into Ukraine and United States and Britain seem to have lost their fucking mind?
A little bit. You know, I kind of like to make it to at least Super Bowl, you know.
I
See how my
mean,
fantasy football turns out.
I know they hate Trump, but did they have to kill us fucking all? I don't understand this.
Yeah, you know what? They shouldn't have, once there's a whole new regime coming in for president, they really need to really edit, like be way more lame duck than they have been. Because right now they're just like throwing everything out.
Well, you
Like,
know
stop
Biden's
it.
not doing this. You know Biden's not doing this. You know he's just
Yeah, I know.
a lump of
Puppet.
people. Right, he's just a puppet. He don't even know what he's doing over it. Somebody's doing it. I don't know who's doing it. You know, his elevator, he's like a hydraulic elevator without any oil. It just can't make the top floor. It gets up there and it grinds and cavitates. Yeah. He authorizes and they shoot 6 missiles. And Putin's like, hey, I'm not fucking around. Okay? I'm going to show you how I'm not fucking around. I'm going to send an ICBM, irritable bowel syndrome rocket in there.
Can't
just to
believe
pucker,
it's not a missile. But
Right.
I can't believe it's not butter.
and pucker your ass up.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Once they launch, they don't know whether it is a nuclear one. Nuclear? I sound like George Bush. Nuclear one?
Yeah.
Or if it's just one with regular warheads on it. And so now people are like right now, people have their finger on the button. And I'm saying, and listen, I'm putting this out there. Hey, aliens, extraterrestrials, if you're out there and you could stop this shit, will you now's the time. Now's the time to show up. Now's the time to, to land and say, all right, knock your shit off. Knock it off. Because
it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, what are we doing here? And it seems like everybody's into this. And I'm sitting there and I go, okay. So I hear, we were listening to Bruce this morning on the weather report. Is it the weather report? It's weathered something. It's the weather Twitter show in the morning.
It's the weather Twitter show.
It's the weather Twitter show in the morning.
Right.
So
his podcast is the Weathered Report, and this is like his the light
weathered
version.
something. It's the weather report. Fuck it.
It's
I'll
the
just
weathered
name it
view
the
in the
weathered
morning.
report.
Yes.
It's every day on Twitter Spaces, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific.
9 Eastern. flipped it.
Yeah, the other way around. Yeah, that.
Right.
Anyhow.
Way to,
So I didn't
way
even
to plug Bruce there.
Yeah.
It's something somewhere.
Try to find it. It's on Twitter. So anyhow, I'll have there's a link in the show notes for it.
Before we get deeper into this, do you want to shout out to encourage people to perhaps send us?
Okay. So
There you
I have
go.
it open. Voice and text 856-477-1935. Yes, you can do that. You can, if you hear something that
Do
we're
it during
talking
the
about.
show.
Right. But then again, we have to, so you don't text because you can always just put it in the chat right here. Right?
Right.
There we go. But if you wanted to send a message, voice message over, we do have a voice message for later.
Well, we're playing it tonight, so.
Right.
And people were curious about what is not on your head tonight.
I decided to go hatless. You know what?
Airing-
I think
airing
everybody
it out.
realizes that I'm bald. Well, the other day on,
Yes.
I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday. I'm laying in bed, all naked and shit, like I do. And I get a text from Doug, and he says, "Hey, do you want to come on? You want to come on?" And I'm like, "Sure." So I throw on a T-shirt and a pair of shorts, and I limp downstairs, and we started doing a show, and then we brought you on. It was a lot of fun. But it's on Patreon.
time.
So if you want to go over to the Who's Right Podcast, who'srightpodcast.com or who'sright.com/Patreon, you can sign up. And we did about an hour and a half show. It was a lot of fun.
And all the gentlemen were
Yeah.
different
Anyhow.
levels of
Anyhow.
receding hair.
So I was going to put a hat on, and then I saw Doug, and he's bald, and Anthony's got his head shaved down, and he's bald. I said, "Well, why am I putting a hat on? Let's all just bald it up. Let's do it." So I do have a little look. Okay, so I have a daughter that cuts hair, and she's always busy. So I have a hair trimmer, and I always forget which one is the one that I use, and I apparently use the short one, and I buzz this sucker down to almost nothing. I got like a white hue.
Whoops.
My eyes.
Well, that's just a little
Yeah.
shorter.
So then when Bruce says, about this, Russia shot a ICBM in the Ukraine. So I go to the news. They're not talking about it at all. I'm like, why isn't this all over the news? Why isn't
no.
this all?
Not at all.
What do we
They
got to
don't
talk
give
about?
a shit. Look, Trump nominations.
No,
and
it's Sarah McBride was
right.
elected into the House of Representatives as the first transgender representative, and we need to fight over where she's going to shit and piss. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
that's important right now. Yeah.
Right. Yes, that is, because that's all we have to, be honest with you. This is such a non-brainer kind of thing, but they have to have, where are we going to shit? Where are we going to piss? Nancy Mace, I don't know if you know this, but she was rape victim. She's been raped and she's been sexually assaulted. I don't know if it was the same time. Sounds like a good time. But anyhow, she was a rape and she was assaulted, and she doesn't want dicks in the ladies' room. All right? And I'm like, okay, not bad. I understand.
Right.
So she's wanted to bring up a resolution for the House in the House rules where Sarah McBride cannot use the ladies' room. And
Yep.
so they, of course, now the media's they've got fresh meat. So they're
Of
going to
course, yeah.
well, so they get a hold of Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, and they go to Mike.
Right.
All right, Mike, are you going to allow her to use the ladies' room? And he's like, listen, we're going to treat everybody with respect. This is what we do here. And
He's
and then,
trying to tap dance on that line.
yes, all right. And then so they had a meeting, and Mike Johnson got a talking to in that meeting, and he was, so then he came back out, and he had something else to say, and here we go.
Hello, everybody. I just want to make a statement for all of you here and be very clear. I was asked a question this morning at the leadership gaggle, and I rejected the premise because the answer is so obvious. For anybody who doesn't know my well-established record on this issue, let me be unequivocally clear. A man is a man, and a woman is a woman. and a man cannot become a woman. That said, I also believe, that's what Scripture teaches, what I just said, but I also believe that we treat everybody with dignity. And so we can do and believe all those things at the same time. And I wanted to make that clear for everybody because there's lots of questions. But that's where I stand. I've stood there my whole life, and those are facts.
And I'm getting the fuck out of here before you guys ask any questions because I don't want to hear shit.
He's like, thank you, goodbye. He's like was it KJP does when she's had enough? She's like, bind her clothes, goodbye, done.
Yeah, I'm out.
You know.
Yeah, bye. So they corner Nancy Mace, and is that right, Mace? Nancy Mace, yes.
Nancy Mace, yes.
Yes. Sometimes I hear myself and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Is that right?
Doesn't sound right, but it is. Yeah.
It sounds right.
Oh, she's doubled down and she does not. She's not.
She's pulling no punches. Right.
Yeah,
So.
and I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, number one, I want to see this in the House rules package. I want to make sure that no men are in women's private spaces, and it's not going to end here. This shouldn't be going on any federal property. If you're a school or an institution that gets government funding, this kind of thing should be banned. I think it's sick, it's twisted. I have fought like hell for women's rights. I mean, 25 years ago this year, I became the first woman to break the glass ceiling and graduate from a military college that was formerly all male.
Oh, you're a rebel rouser. See, you're one of those people that you had to go to an all-male school just to say, oh, I'm a female and I should be able to. Fuck.
All right. Anything else you want to say about her?
Hang on.
Can you
And
play
to see the way that I've been attacked today and last night for fighting to protect women and girls, it's ridiculous. So if that being a feminist makes me an extremist, I'm totally here for it.
Is this effort in response to Congresswoman McBride's coming to Congress?
Yes, and absolutely, and then some. I'm not going to stand for a man. If someone with a penis is in the women's locker room, that's not okay. And I'm a victim of abuse myself. I'm a rape survivor. I have PTSD from the abuse I've suffered at the hands of a man. And I know how vulnerable women and girls are in private spaces. So I'm absolutely 100% going to stand in the way of any man who wants to be in a women's restroom, in our locker rooms, in our changing rooms. I will be there fighting you every step of the way.
Okay. Question. Duchess.
Yes.
Your thoughts.
Okay.
Do you have a problem with anything that Nancy just said?
No.
You're okay with all that?
I am.
Okay.
I would like. Okay. No, I don't have any problems with what she's saying. I think if a couple extra bathrooms could be made for like anybody, fine. Give them like the family stalls and shit like that they have at the mall or whatever. Make those. Make a one person, go in, take a shit kind of thing. But and that's this way you're not in the hims or hers, and then you have like anybody, and I'm fine with that. But I would be very uncomfortable if I was at my most vulnerable moments and there was a fucking dude there. And it doesn't matter that it's a stall, that like, the little stall closes. Those don't look, everybody's had somebody walk in on them in the bathroom, in the public restroom. Those doors don't latch for shit.
But you don't want to
I don't want to walk past that. I don't want, there's a reason, you don't send your children into the bathrooms unattended.
Yes,
and I'm not saying everybody is geared towards children, but they are even more vulnerable in a restroom. So, there's, I'm actually backing this.
Right. You don't want to go into a ladies'
I'm sure,
room.
But I don't care.
Yeah, you don't want to go in the ladies' room
I want to
in
feel
here.
safe.
That's the biggest dick I've ever seen. And you don't want to hear that in the ladies' room.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear
Bob
that.
points out in the comments that they have their own bathroom in their office.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, okay.
So,
but everybody's all
this
fired
is just
up
because I'm wandering around out and about in the wild.
Yeah.
In the building, and they want to, if they need to use the ladies' room.
Okay.
She would want to go in there.
So AOC, she's upset.
Ugh.
It's disgusting.
Shocking.
And everybody, no matter how you feel on this issue, should reject it completely. What are they doing? They're doing this so that Nancy Mace can make a buck and send a text and fundraise off an email.
That is such disgusting. She says the only reason she's doing
such
this
a
is
piglet. Yeah. Such a piglet thing to say. That's so gross. Like, she doesn't try to capitalize on every single thing she fucking does.
I know. Her and her fucking horse teeth. There's somebody did some, I think it was AI generated art where she's got these big giant horse teeth and a horse face, and then she wants them scrubbed off the internet. Go to Blue Sky. Is that it?
Yeah, go there.
Go there.
Blue.
They're not doing this to protect people. They're endangering women. They're endangering.
How are they endangering
Yes.
women?
They're endangering women. That's what Nancy Mace believes, that this is endangering women.
Yeah, but she's got it backwards.
Oh, but she's
She
saying it
says-
from the other side. I
Yeah,
know.
she's saying it from the other side. I don't know.
Well, we do have
Let's-
some fans of AOC in the comments there.
Let me see.
Bruce,
She's hot.
Bruce thinks she's super hot.
Yeah,
super
but you know
hot.
what? She's so cunty.
That's the crazy.
That's the
Yeah,
but
but-
she's so cunty. I can't take this.
He doesn't care. Yeah, well, but you guys don't mind the crazy.
Joaquin says John has his own bathroom in his bedroom too. What are you talking
Your
about?
bucket.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about my pee bucket. I know. Jeez, you mentioned one time you got a pee bucket.
You mentioned several times, and it was very funny. Oh, so here's. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Nope. Read Joaquin.
I was going to. No, I wasn't going to do Joaquin's. I was going to do Jody B. Jody B says maybe they can poop in the giant crater Russia wants to blow into our country. See, Jody's fired up about this too. Jody, he's real
he is.
even keeled, and he doesn't really get involved in anything. Even Jody B is like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Well, it's everybody finds an issue that's super important to them, and right now, this is like our lives and future.
Mm-hmm.
If what the fuck are we going to even have? I can't even.
All right, this is a very interesting statement from Sparky Toaster. What is the proper thing to
like
do
that.
for a dad with a 5-year-old daughter as far as a public bathroom in a public space? This is what I did. You take them in the men's room with you, and
Yep,
you walk
absolutely.
in. And as you walk in,
You
you
cover
open
their
up
eyes.
the door. No, you open up the door. You say, "Gentlemen, I have to bring in my daughter." Okay, and they're like, "Okay, everything's good." And then you walk in and you
Yep.
take her into the stall and you clean the fucking seat because these filthy motherfuckers piss all over everything.
You men are gross. Well, ladies' rooms are just as fucking despicable.
Right?
Yeah.
You clean the seat and then you're in there and then she goes to the bathroom and you can take her out. I've had to do that when I've taken my daughters to the movies or to like a Phillies
Absolutely.
game. Right. So that's what they have to do. So that's what
it's scary. It's scary to bring. There's just so many wackos in these spaces, and it's when you have to bring a child into that, and I remember Paul bringing them into the men's room. I think it was at Radio City Music Hall for some kids. I think we went to see Blue's Clues live or something. So it's like just kids everywhere, and he just like hustle walk them into the stalls, like right past the big trough that y'all pee in, and he just I just like frog marched her in. He's like, I don't even think her feet touched the ground. He's just like go, and just dragged her in. But it's
Jody says he can't
things you don't want to explain.
He can't imagine the men's room at the Eagles game. The lines are ridiculous. I don't even know. Like if it was me right now, if I had to
How
go
do
to
you
the
have
Eagles
lines?
game, and you stand in there at the urinals, like they're 5-6 deep, maybe 10 deep at the urinal lines. And if I do that now, I'd just pee myself. They
Don't
would
you have
walk in-
troughs?
They
Don't
would
have the
pee in.
big-
No, they're just single urinals. Guys would pee in the sink. Guys would walk over and just pee in the sink. You're like, motherfucker, stop.
Oh,
peeing in the
that's
sink.
disgusting.
Hey man, when you've had like 8
I guess
or 9
nobody
beers,
washes their hands.
and you're in there, and you gotta pee. What are you gonna do? I mean, I don't. Bob says Jamingo took his kid to the pee bucket aisle.
Sparky
FedEx
suggests
Field
you
has a
pee in
piss
the
trough.
floor
They
drain.
still have a piss trough. There was a lot of when I used to go to auto racing for dirt tracks. A lot of the men's dirt tracks had like just a big trough that you would pee. There's a bar in New Jersey, in Barrington, New Jersey. It's just like right on at the road split this way. It's on a corner. It's like a triangular bar. In the bar, I think the bar is originally from the 1800s. That's how long it's been there. There's a pee trough right there at the bar. So you'd be drinking your beer, you'd stand up, pull your zipper down, and pee right there at the bottom of the fucking bar. It's still there. I can't remember
Is
the
it in
name of
use?
No, you don't know. They throw you out. You pee in it now, I think.
they
We
smack
used to go there when I was an elevator helper. The mechanic that I was with used to like to go there after, like sometimes on Friday we would go for lunch. He'd say, "Oh, they got great. What the fuck did they have? Oh, great pork roll and cheese sandwiches there." So you'd go get a pork roll and cheese sandwich. That meant so he could
yourself
drink shots and beers.
On a hard roll. Yeah.
It's not a man's only bar. It's there were
Well, at the time, it probably was.
It's a shot and beer bar. You know what I mean? It's not like if you walked in there and asked for like a martini or a Manhattan, they throw you right out of the fucking door. It's not Taylor ham. It's fucking
Taylor, it's pork roll.
I'll throw
Taylor
you right
ham
out
is a
here.
brand. God damn it. It's a fucking brand, Budvugger.
I'll die on that hill. You know why? Because we're from
Every
Jersey,
tissue is not a
baby.
Kleenex. He's from Jersey. That's what the fight is.
He's from North Jersey.
Well, he's
right.
No, he's not. No, he's west.
Oh,
Might be
he's
near
like,
our capital
that's right.
area.
Okay.
So that he's the ding dong that thinks it's called that.
He must be
well,
retarded.
that's the area he's from. He's not.
Mm-hmm.
Dirk said Eagles fans just piss on each other because they're animals.
Oh,
probably.
Go fuck you. You're just
If you're
pissed off. You fucking Bills have never won a Super Bowl. You're one of the only teams that have never won a fucking Super Bowl. Even the fucking Eagles have won a Super Bowl, loser.
This took him a long time. Yeah.
You know who was really pissed? And this is a little longer clip, but I'm sorry. I was all in for this. Megyn Kelly the other day went off on this.
Oh,
I
she's
love
always got
Milk.
something.
I know you don't like her, but
I
I
know
like
you
her.
love her.
No
I know you
men
love her.
in women's spaces. Not in their bathrooms, not in their locker rooms, not in their prisons, not in their sports. Period.
Okay.
There's nothing kind about forcing women to endanger themselves and make themselves uncomfortable for the sake of somebody else. This is what McBride himself tried to use to shame us. Sarah, formerly Tim. Oh, I dead named him. He was Tim McBride for 20 years. Then, as a senior at American University, suddenly declared himself a woman. He never became a woman. He became a man dressing as one. He changed his name to Sarah, which I would call him if he were here. But in order to make clear to you what we're dealing with here, what we're talking about, I point out to you, he used to be Tim. Now he's Sarah.
You still got a cock. Okay, we got it.
Sarah's posting on X was, everyday Americans go to work with people who have life journeys different than their own and engage with them respectfully. I hope members of Congress can muster that same kindness. This is what they do. They use words like that to shame us into silence and away from a position that would protect ourselves and our comfort. There is nothing wrong with saying, I am uncomfortable with you, Mr. McBride, coming into my bathroom. And here again, one more point. This is yet another situation that underscores the danger of using preferred pronouns. How can you say she cannot come into the women's room? How can you say that? That doesn't work. Sarah McBride is a he. He may not go into Nancy Mace's bathroom because he is a man. And Nancy Mace's bathroom is for women. That's it.
Okay.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong. And that's the game. It's the feelings game, is that it's a guilt trip. We have been raised as women, at least not so much maybe in these future generations, but probably this Megyn Kelly's around my age. And you were raised to be nice. You're raised to be polite, and you don't be rude to people, and that would hurt their feelings, and we don't want to hurt their feelings. And that's how this is coming around. So if you don't support that, well, you're being mean. And that whole thing of like, be kind. Don't shame me because of how I feel, and that I don't want men in a private space. And that's like, she's not wrong. It's wording. It's all about the words to make you as a woman feel bad or feel guilty. So.
All right. So I learned something today that I didn't know before. I didn't realize, because I always said that, the reason you can't let a transgender person into a ladies' room is because then people with other issues will also use this as a way to get into the ladies' room. Remember when they took a picture of that dude up at Planet Fitness in Anchorage, and he's sitting there with a black bra on, shaving, and he looked like he's got short.
It was
like
very aggressive. It was
Right.
super aggressive. Yeah.
And I didn't realize, but there's a name for it, and it's called autogynephilia. Autogynephilia is different. It's not different. It's a offshoot of gender dysphoria, and I didn't know anything about it until I heard this.
Why are there so many of these types of people? The sad part of this is that the majority of these people who call themselves trans women are not actually trans women. They are indeed autogynephiles. 3% of men in Western countries might experience autogynephilia. And we already know the statistic for actual transsexual people. It is 0.03% of the population. So 0.03% to 3%. It's a big difference.
Classical transsexuals clearly have a natural feminine disposition. They like men. Autogynephiles, however, I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, it's a kind of weird, autistic, goth girl, fetishy. Their femininity is clumsy, over-sexualized when they get comfortable. They tend not to date very easily. They tend to have a lot of discomfort. They tend to be very, very aggressive about pronouns.
They look like dudes.
Yeah.
That got some, like the guy that used to be on The Bachelor, and then he
who did it as a joke?
He did it as a joke,
stunt?
and and he didn't tell anybody. All righty, so here we go. Let me get to this. So this is autogynephilia, a male's propensity to be sexually aroused by the thought of himself as a female, intended for the term to refer to a full gamut of erotically arousing cross-gender behaviors and fantasies. Okay. And the reason I say that is, let's go way back in the Wayback Machine.
Yes.
Is it this one here? Remember this? Transgender, hang on, let me make it a little bit easier for everybody to read. There we go. Transgender activist who sues beauty salon for refusing to wax her vagina, her balls, her dick and balls, loses discriminating point. Okay. Now, remember this guy? He was going around in all these
spas.
So
for those who can't see it, it's a very large fella who's dressed kind of pretty.
Right.
With a tiara on his head.
And he would go into spas and he would go up to the ladies and go, "Hey, would you wax my balls, please? Oh, would you like to have my balls waxed? I need a good Brazilian." And then they go, we know wax men's nuts. Stop. We only wax vaginas. So, but he would go to these, and that's what he was doing. He was going to...
He's looking to make some money.
Yeah.
It's to sue a bunch of people. It's disgusting.
And they're still following it around, and it gets it gets really upset when you film it because it starts yelling the N-word, so you won't use it.
Oh, my God.
And if I could, I dug into the internet today to find one of those videos where she was yelling the N-word, because you know who would play it? This guy. But yeah, that freak is still in, it's still in Canada right now. But that's the problem. You have these people that use this as a sexual fetish.
It's a turn on. And then that's what... But that person still wants to have sex with women. Like they enjoy that. So they get all kinky turned on, and then now are they attacking women? Are they raping women? Like there are cases of men who are just as women who attack women and rape them and children. It's kind of
the L and the G's and the B's are really getting pissed off at the T's. They've had enough of the T's because the T's are causing them a lot of
causing trouble.
Right. And to be honest with you, the T's, I figure it's just live action role play. So it should be LGBL. That's what it should be, live action. And look, let's break it down.
Live action.
There's 3 things that transgender people, that we require from transgender people. All right?
Right.
One is, where are they going to shit, piss, and change? All right? They can't do it in the ladies' room. They can go in the men's room. We don't really care, but it's uncomfortable. All right? So they should have their own little changing room. All right? The second thing is, when are they going to tell the person they're dating that they have a cock? That's very important. In the dating, I think that's got to
be up front. That's like got to be the first, like, really.
Because a lot of time, the people, they can really pass for a woman. You can't tell.
There's some very pretty men.
Exactly.
Pretty men.
And the other ones are, you can't go into women's sports because you're
that's a big no. Yeah.
Right. And I think
If you've
it was
gone through puberty as a man, there's no way you can be in women's sports. There's no way.
And
It's not
speaking of looking like a man, Whoopi Goldberg on The View the other day said, there's only about 100 transgender people in sports in the country. And I'm like, okay, how many do you need? Are we supposed to let them do it? Because I think it was in New Jersey, a dude in a skirt was playing field hockey, and he hit the ball, and it knocked the girl's teeth out, all of her teeth out.
Yeah.
There's another girl.
I mean, that could happen, but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
There's
he's infinitely stronger.
Yes, it was like a rocket. Oh my God, when you're hurt, you could hear it. It just make you sick to your stomach. See, look at you. You already covered your mouth.
I know. Like, oh, my teeth.
Oh, my poor chiclets.
I know. I can't imagine.
There was chiclets all over the field. And another guy spiked a volleyball and hit a girl in the head, and she's paralyzed. She can't feel like half her arm or something like that.
Yeah, but that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so
and then you have was it that swimmer? What's his face?
Oh, Leah Thomas.
I cannot remember.
Or what was his real name?
Leah. I don't know. Dude, whatever.
Leah Thomas. I'm just.
He's massively bigger than the girl. Like you see all the swimmers, and then him like a foot taller.
I think his name was William.
It's like standing next to. Yeah, it's like standing next to Michael Phelps. It's ridiculous. He's got a wingspan. He's got a shoulder span. He's got muscles that women can't compete with. That's why there's women's sports and then there's men's sports. And just because you want to be a woman, that doesn't mean you are. Like, you are physically different. That's just the way it is. That's science. I know people don't like science, but you are physically stronger. You're a completely different skeleton. That's how they identify skeletons when they dig up these bodies, by the shape of them.
Yeah.
The skeletons, they can see it.
I know.
Sorry.
So autogynephilia. That's the difference. Yeah. And I didn't realize that.
Look it up.
I knew something was, like, in other words, I didn't know there was a name for it. There's transgender people that are actually transgender. And all right, so let's get back to, what's her name?
Right.
Sarah McBride.
Dial it back, okay?
All right, so, because you get people like this. Now, I can't tell if this is transgender or not, but you get this.
Yeah, at work, I'm about to drop off an order, and my diaper's getting kind of full right now, so I might need to change really soon. But it is very discreet. Check out my last video for the discreet outfits video, but my diaper is getting a little full right now.
That right there.
Wait, what? Why was...
All right, so he's out delivering food. This
wearing a diaper?
Brings your pizza to your house wearing a diaper.
I don't even like people coming to my house, delivery service in general. It's like Amazon.
Yeah, work, I drop off an order, and
he can't speak.
And he just whips up his dress.
Right, he's got his pantyhose
which is a
on.
strange phrase. Yeah, and a diaper.
Sparky says, I ain't eating that pizza. I ain't doing that.
Can you imagine? Like that person comes up to your door, hands you your food.
No.
I don't,
If that dude walked up.
That's why you don't do that shit.
Right. I just, again.
Was he lisping on purpose, or was that like...
I don't know. I think he has a problem with it. I think maybe he took too many dicks to the mouth before he got where he did this. I'm not 100%
it
sure.
sounded like he had a speech impediment or something.
Yeah, a little bit.
It was...
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Podcast secret. Professionals wear diapers.
So through all that, right? So now this poor Sarah, all she did was she was elected to go to Congress.
Right.
So this is her statement. We've talked about everybody else that's all upset about this. So let's actually hear from her. Here's her statement. I'm not here to fight about bathrooms. I'm here to fight for Delawareans and to bring down the costs facing families like all members. I will follow the rules outlined by Speaker Johnson, even if I disagree with them. This effort to distract from the real issues facing this country hasn't distracted me over the past several days. I've remained hard at work preparing to represent the greatest state in the Union come January. In serving
Delaware?
in the 119th Congress, it will be an honor of the lifetime, and I continue to look forward to getting to know my future colleagues on both sides of the aisle. Each of us were sent here because voters saw something in us that they value. I have loved getting to see those qualities in future colleagues that I've met, and I look forward to seeing those qualities in every member come January. I hope all my colleagues will seek to do the same with me. Now,
Oh, for God's sake, she's been the most gracious at all of it.
right.
Fine. Good. Problem solved. God, move on.
Yeah, she's just like, you know what? I'll shit and piss in my office. Okay,
All right,
problem solved.
If that's what the boss guy says, okay.
Yeah. So this,
well, replying it as Sarah. So, but yes.
right. So I mean, all that shit, and
and that's the response.
yes. So your buddy dropped out of the race, or not the race. He pulls out. Matt Gaetz is now not.
Matt Gaetz has a strong pull-out game, apparently. So
Yes. You want to read this?
Sure. I had excellent meetings with senators yesterday. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum was strong, it is clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition team, I guess. There is no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Thus, I'll be withdrawing my name from consideration to serve as Attorney General. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one. I remain fully committed to see that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. I will forever be honored that President Trump nominated me to lead the Department of Justice, and I'm certain he will save America.
Fantastic.
And he popped that dick right back out of his mouth, put it back in Trump's pants.
All right. And then
He's
Donald
now
Trump
moved on.
Donald Trump also made a statement.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to read that?
Sure. I greatly appreciate
No.
the recent...
As Donald Trump.
No, I'm not. I can't read it as Donald Trump.
Oh, come on. You can't do that. You could do it.
All right,
Come
I'll try. All right. I greatly appreciate the recent efforts of Matt Gaetz in seeking approval to be the Attorney General. He was doing well, very well, but at the same time did not want to be a distraction for the administration, for which he has much respect. So much respect. Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do.
There we go. Atta girl, look at you. I couldn't wait to put that one up because I knew you were going to say, okay, I'll read that. And then I said, that's Trump. Excellent job. Nice job.
Thank you.
But the best part of everything was the
awful.
fact that Sonny Hostin was talking about
that
this.
Bitch. Yeah.
And she had to apologize for this, and then the motherfucker pulled out, and I'm here for it.
You know, his campaign was his contingent was laughing their ass off
All right,
because he knew
so
he was going to drop.
Here's Sonny talking about it, and then like 5 minutes later, she had to do the retraction. The look on her face.
They got her so fast. They slapped that down
so
quick.
good. Here we go.
How could you nominate someone with allegations of child trafficking trafficking across state lines and having sex with a 17-year-old? My understanding further on in the interview, they discussed the fact that once he finds out that she's 17, he stops having sex with her. Sonny.
All right, hang on one second. She's a lawyer, right? Don't she know what you can say and what you can't say?
She doesn't care. She gets away with it. That's why. Because she gets away with that shit all the time. Well, not this time.
I'm sorry, people that are listening in as that audio podcast. You aren't going to get the delicious resting bitch face that Sonny Hostin does when she reads this statement.
So, well, what happened was she got the attorneys, right? The ABC, they went to commercial, I guess, and they came back and they immediately said, you have to read this.
Here we go.
Because of her allegations.
You have a legal note. I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi.
Thank you, Whoopi.
Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought. We'll be right back.
She was so mad she had to read that.
All right.
And I mean, the legal team jumped on that very quickly.
I understand that, but let's put it in context. He apparently did do this allegedly.
Oh, yeah.
Let's use allegedly.
Yeah, I'm not reading an apology.
Right. Where is it? So I'm trying to see where I have an article here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's why did he withdraw? Look at Trump's cabinet key roles. Gaetz was already struggling to find support within the Senate, which evaluates, confirms president. He wouldn't have gotten. It would have been embarrassing for him. He wouldn't have got.
He wouldn't have gotten.
He wouldn't have got confirmed. Yeah. So that's why he dropped out. And but it's just so funny that he actually did do that. And to me, the best part was he got Sonny to have to read that fucking retraction, which just
the fact it happened so quickly, so very quickly was. I mean, I don't know why. All like you said, like someone had. Boomer Bob says, when did the View start caring about facts? So someone in legal was paying attention and was probably like, "Oh, you can't say that." So, but I heard there was something drafted and sent over. So I don't know if I don't know how that happened so quickly. But I super enjoyed the sour fucking look on her face because she is such a smug bitch.
Boomer Bob says Trump should pick Judge Joe Brown now. That would be fantastic. I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Mike Pellerito says she read that like an easy apology.
Eric Zane. How many times do you know that he had to apologize?
He never cared. He clearly said, anytime they made me apologize, I never meant it.
Of course.
That's exactly what she did. That's why when they handed it to her, she was like, "Thank you, Abby," and like just went deadpan, expressionless. Like she may as well have just like, "No, Matt Gaetz." Like she could have just made faces and like wind her way through it. Like almost. That was kind of weird.
Budweiser says he picked Pam Bondi. Bondi, she's the AG for Florida. Okay.
Well,
all right.
Obviously, he's another misogynistic choice for picking women. Although I don't know that Linda McMahon. I'm not sure about that one.
You don't like her? What? Just because she used to bang Vince?
I don't care that she banged Vince. Everybody's banged somebody. I don't care about that. It's just the fact the only video I've seen of her is her getting like suplexed by some wrestler or something. Like it was just.
Gobblehead says Duchess, stunning as always. Jumingo, bald. He's
Gooble.
Bald.
That's Gooblehead, please. Thank you.
What is it? Is it? No, it's Gobble, right?
Gooble.
Gooble?
No, Gobble. How do you spell Gobble? How do you spell Gobble?
Gobb. Gobble. I don't know. I don't care.
That's Goo. So it's Gooble.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. Oh. I hope I'm right.
So Gobblehead said. Listen, you call me Bob. I'm sorry, you call me Bob. That's even worse. But if you call me bald, I'm calling you Gobblehead. Oh. Just saying. All right. Where was I? You know something? Mm-hmm. If he's into young girls, he should just go to Afghanistan. Because over at Afghanistan, I'm sorry, Duchess is over here doing visual bits.
Sorry, I
distracted. With her Steelers pillow towel.
I held him. I did.
Or Steelers. Pillow, whatever. Football.
It's just a pillow. It's just a Steelers pillow. It's football.
So you can get a nice 9-year-old wife over there for just $2,000. Hey, Tampon Tom, Professor Tom, this might be for you.
Pawana, who dreams of going to school and becoming a teacher, applies makeup. A favourite pastime for little girls, but Pawana knows she is preparing for what awaits her. My father has sold me because we don't have bread, rice and flour. He has sold me to an old man. The white-bearded man who claims he's 55 years old comes to collect her.
That's like her grandfather.
55 years old buys a 9-year-old for $2,000.
Piece of shit.
You don't think? Club. Listen, I'm saying for a 9-year-old, you could probably get $10,000. No?
Oh my God!
I'm just saying. It's not like he's trying to buy like a 20-year-old.
Yeah, that 20-year-old's old. He doesn't want an old used up.
Right.
Oh my God.
He's bought Pawana for 200,000 Afghanis, just over $2,000 US. Covered up, Pawana whimpers as her mother holds her. This is your bride. Please take care of her, says Pawana's father.
Oh, I'm going to take care of her, all right. As soon as I get her out of here, I'm going to take care of her good. Okay over there?
I'm so not happy with this article. This is so gross.
This is what we fought the 20-year war for.
I know. That you look, the culture in this country, in that country, is not going to fucking change.
I know.
It's just not. It's despicable. They treat women and children like trash, and
she starts.
Horrifying.
I'm not going to play the rest of it. The kid starts crying, and as they take her outside, the guy's got her by the arm and he's pulling her, and she's crying and trying to get back to her mother.
I have no words. Well, I have all the words, but I can't.
Mike says, I'll take care of her. I'll check her temperature as soon as I get home.
Mike.
Bob wants to call the guy about her extended warranty. Did he get the extended warranty?
Yeah. Yeah, when she turns 11, you're going to throw her away or you're going to upgrade. Oh,
I know. That's disgusting, but it's legal there. You know what I'm saying? It's legal there. I don't understand how they do that kind of shit. Look at I wish I could.
It's so gross.
Pull touches.
It's so gross. It's so horrifying to think of, like, that's what these disgusting men. Sorry, guys. That's disgusting. That you want to pluck out a 9-year-old and you're gonna just destroy her life. That poor kid at 9 is ruined. Ruined.
Yeah.
What do you live for at that? What do you live for after that? You
I don't know. She's probably going to be pregnant at like 12.
Yeah. Horrible Design says wood chipper. Absolutely.
Wood chipper.
Slowly. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit at a time. Just feed them in a little bit at a time. Absolutely.
That's disgusting.
Dean says, now you need to sing that song from Eric Clapton. Like when his son fell out the window. That unfortunate little chap.
Gross.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can cheer you up a little bit. The moment a dad defends predator daughter, 23, after she allegedly poses as a teen to molest a middle schooler.
Oh, good. Another cheering story.
Florida father was caught on camera defending his 24-year-old predator daughter after she was accused of preying on and molesting a middle school age boy, insisting. Hang on one second. Let me just do one little thing here so we can.
Fucking winner. Florida woman. Yeah. There you go. What is it with Florida, you guys?
I don't know.
Not for nothing. It's a little creepy.
Alyssa Zinger of Tampa was arrested on a slew of sex charges last November.
A slew? Nice.
As police received a tip that she had allegedly posed online as a 14-year-old girl to meet youngsters. When police first showed up at the family home to seize her devices, Zinger's dad had tried to claim that she was the one who'd been taken advantage of. She got here. She is here in her little prison. You know, the orange is new black.
All right, she has the mugshot of this young woman. She has stone cold dead eyes, like she has psychopath eyes.
All right, hang on. Well, as I go through the story, in the chat, if you would, 1 to 10, what do you think? What is she? I'll give you my ruling after everybody. I don't want to influence the voting. All right. So the father says, this is his quote, "She got messed up with the wrong kid. You know, even though he's a lot younger, the father could be heard telling the officers. She never been in trouble in her entire life. Nothing, but she met this kid, and even though he's young, and that's why we're in this situation, she's never been in trouble in her entire life until she met him. And this kid's insane." The father continues. "Like I said, my daughter's never been in trouble. This kid was 14 years old. He got girls into his house, videotaped them. He's making porn at 14. My daughter's 22, and she was a virgin until she was 21. Sure she was.
I don't know about that. Sure. You thought she... First of all, how would any dad know that?
Mm-hmm.
I know. I took care of it.
The dad also says that his beautiful young daughter had a lot of mental issues. No shit.
You think? Holy crap, yeah.
They said that she was engaged in at least 30 sexual acts with at least one middle schooler between the ages of 12 and 15, as well as sending illicit videos to several others. She allegedly communicated with her victims through Snapchat. See, they think that Snapchat shit goes away, but kids can record that.
It doesn't go away.
It doesn't go away.
Well, you record, but it goes. But Snapchat has it. Like it stays
Right.
in their database.
Yes, it's crazy.
All right, so
Sometimes-
she's a fucking psychopath too. So only
Right.
one person weighed in on what they thought she was.
Really?
You
I
said
didn't
on
see
a
it. I was waiting for it
1
to
to
go.
10.
A
Yeah.
7.
Mike
Mike gives her a
commented.
7. Okay.
Mike likes it dangerous.
Sparky
Sparky
gives her a
says
3.
3.
All right, I get it. There's just one other thing. Okay. All right, I want to ask you. There's a little quiz here for you, Duchess. All right.
Okay.
I hope I get to this fast.
We're asking people if they'd rather have a Taylor Swift concert ticket or 1 Bitcoin.
All right, Duchess. We're going to offer you either Taylor Swift tickets, 2, or 1 Bitcoin. What do you pick?
Bitcoin.
Okay. Why would you pick the Bitcoin?
Because I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift. I could probably sell them, I suppose, but I think Bitcoin I could.
Well, where do
probably
you
make
think's
more
worth
money.
more? 2 Taylor Swift tickets or Bitcoin? 1 Bitcoin.
Oh, 1 Bitcoin.
Okay. Do you know how much they are?
No, but I know I had seen that they were. It was crazy, like because you can buy like. I'm not familiar with how it all works because I can't afford any of it, but I saw it was very high, like the pricing.
Joaquin Synthetic says Bitcoin is like 90,000 right now.
Awesome.
All right.
I'll take the Bitcoin.
Let's see how the ladies
A
do.
whole Bitcoin, because then you can buy pieces of it, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
can't you
but
buy, like,
they were
little-
going to give you 1 Bitcoin or
No, I'll take it one. Yeah.
Taylor Swift. I think they said ticket, not even tickets. All right, here we
It
go.
says a ticket. Yeah.
Right. What will the ladies say? Here we go.
Taylor Swift ticket.
Taylor Swift
Oh my
ticket,
God.
obviously.
A Bitcoin. Guaranteed. I'll have to take the Bitcoin on that one.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift ticket.
I would rather have 1 Bitcoin. For me, 1 Bitcoin.
Taylor ticket. Definitely Taylor. Bitcoin.
Would rather have 1 Bitcoin. I can buy Taylor Swift a song to perform live at my birthday for 90 grand.
Taylor Swift ticket.
There you go.
Taylor Swift ticket.
1 Bitcoin.
I already have a ticket, so I'll take the Bitcoin. Taylor Swift tickets. Taylor Swift ticket.
It depends on where it is. If it's floor seats, but if not, the Bitcoin.
Oh.
A Taylor Swift ticket.
Bitcoin. That's hard. I think a Bitcoin, though.
Taylor Swift ticket.
I don't know.
Choose Taylor, honey.
Taylor Swift ticket.
Taylor Swift ticket.
There is ticket.
In U.S. dollars, it's around $90,000.
Wow, that's crazy. I did not know that. But still, I would still choose Taylor over $90,000.
Oh my God, you're stupid. Oh, it's worth 90,000. I still take the Taylor Swift ticket. No, you wouldn't. If somebody had $90,000 in cash or a Taylor Swift ticket,
Bruce
you're
says that
picking the
right
cash.
now, 1 Bitcoin is worth $97,000. Hey, you know something? I got a question.
I
And I'm
chose
serious.
wisely. Yeah.
I'm serious about this. You know, Bitcoin, it's just a thing in the computer, right? And all of a sudden, you've got all your Bitcoin and you get hit with an EMP,
crazy.
which could very well happen because with all this nuclear shit going on. And then all of a sudden, all your Bitcoin's gone. Now what?
I know.
Now what the fuck happened? Like right now,
I don't know.
if I had Bitcoin, I'd be selling it. I'd be selling it for cash money right now. To be quite
Well, I
honest.
think at this time, yeah, I would sell assuming I had, we'll say several Bitcoins, you at least offload one or two of them and look, cash is king at this point. If we got no internet, no world, you know, you can be like, I have imaginary money, and people can be like, get the fuck out of here. You know,
in this computer right here, there's like 7 Bitcoins.
here's my laptop.
Yeah, it's fried.
I can't power it up, and I have no internet to access it, but it's in there.
Yeah, I think Bruce is into Bitcoin.
Bruce
but
is-
seriously, Bruce. I mean, are
He's
you
gonna
thinking
have
about this?
he's gonna have a guest on. He's gonna have a guest on that talks about Bitcoin. So I'm actually
I understand
gonna pay
that,
attention
but
to that.
I used to edit a podcast that was a Bitcoin podcast,
Yep.
and when I was editing it, Bitcoin was $1,200 a Bitcoin, and the guy said to me, "How about I pay you in Bitcoin?" And I went, "No, I think I'll have the real money." And probably by the time I got done, I probably would have had like 3 Bitcoins, which like right now is all worth like what?
It's been like
$275,000.
probably had about almost, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Your money's already imaginary. You're right, because in jail,
You're not wrong.
There are some
Yeah.
people in prison that they use packets of mackerel is money, and the fresh mackerel is worth more than the other
Like
mackerel.
fish?
Yeah.
Like
But,
mackerel?
so if
Like
you
they
have a
actually
pack-
pay you in fish?
Right. So, like, say one packet of mackerel is worth like a carton of cigarettes. All right.
Oh, okay.
But if it's fresh mackerel, they don't use it to eat. They'll never eat it. They just use it as money. It doesn't matter. You could use like a.
Why is it fish? Like that's
this
so
pen
crazy.
is worth whatever you make it worth. Money is
16
just
mackerel.
imaginary.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It could be
That's how
whatever
they
you
do
want.
it.
It's whatever your barter system works out to be,
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially that's what money is. It's your barter.
Mm-hmm.
I need 15 of these paper things so you can get, 4 of these clothing things, that type of stuff. So, ew, it's crazy.
You ready for the next one?
I am. Bring it on. I'm from Jersey. I ain't scared.
I know. Jersey, baby.
Jersey, baby.
Juicy Smollett conviction for racist homophobic attack hoax in stunning reversal.
Shocking.
Wait a minute. How long? First of all, this happened in 2019. How is he? Is he? I couldn't find out. Is he actually in jail now? And are they letting him out?
Yeah, he walked. He's out. He's done.
No, he's out now. But was he in jail? Like,
Yeah.
did he do time?
I think he was. I think they had him in jail.
Smollett, who was black and gay, claimed 2 men in Make America Great hats assaulted him in the dead of night in January 2019.
They just happened to work on the same TV show as I did. They just had there's so many coinkydinks with that. And it's just like the cops are like, okay, that lines up. You're full of shit.
I mean,
it's
they
just,
couldn't have been stupider. They had the guys buying the red
why would
hats,
you do that?
the rope, and everything. And they had them on camera doing it with a check from Jesse that said in the memo thing 4 fake.
Used to beat me up for a
used-
fake
for
lawsuit.
the hoax.
Maybe he was paid by Kamala Harris and Joe
Right.
Biden. Maybe that's how
Police
it got
said
funneled
that
through.
Juicy admitted to them that he had plotted the hoax because he was unhappy with his Empire salary, which was at $100,000 per episode. Now,
Aw,
those episodes,
boo-hoo.
there was 22 episodes a season. So just do the math. And he wasn't happy with that.
Well, I'm not getting paid
I'm
enough
not getting
money.
enough money.
Well, it's Donald Trump's fault.
So I can't, somewhere, I was trying to find this and I cannot find where. Now, here's my issue with this.
Okay.
He planned a hoax. Okay, they found out. It cost him, the city of Chicago $130,000 to do the
Oh, I
investigation.
bet. Yeah.
You pay the damages, you pay a fine, and you do community. There's no sense in putting him in jail for that. I'm sorry, but that's bullshit.
I thought for some reason I thought he was in jail. I could be absolutely correct, but who knows?
Okay.
Oh, let's see here.
Got anything else going on? Did you look at it?
I'd gotten a message regarding the chick that was suing the salon.
Okay.
The name of the predator is Jessica.
Yeah, it was in the article. I didn't say it
yeah.
because.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I won't
Right.
say it either. But thank you, Jay.
There you go. All right. You've been married a long time, so you've never had to go
Long as
through
dirt. Yeah.
You've never had to go through like online dating or use a dating app.
No.
And guys, there's a difference between guys and girls when they're using a dating app.
Couple.
Like a guy
Yeah.
might get like 1 or 2 or 3 people to respond. Girls, guys are just throwing dick at girls. Just
Yeah.
it's constant.
I can say I'm not on the dating circuit, but thanks for sending them, guys.
Oh, I'm
Don't.
sorry. I didn't know
Don't.
Duchess was getting dick pics. I had no idea.
I've gotten a couple. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'm good. I'm good now. Thanks. No more.
Wait a minute. When did you get these? Did you get these
A while ago.
Not since you've been on the show.
No, I've actually gotten them before, but
Okay.
it was active in the circuit, and apparently being a female on Twitter is enough.
You want to read that?
No.
All right, I'll do it because you don't.
I can't even read it.
It says Mike Pellerito. I Googled her name. It's Ivana Youngcock. That's who was.
Oh, Mike. Gross. I didn't even get that. You read it, and I'm still like, what? So,
All right.
Thank you.
So this one guy was complaining to his
Grab that
friend
drop
who's
mic.
a female that he can't find. He says, I can't find anyone to date. And she's like, you're doing it wrong. Give me that phone. So she set up a profile with all his pictures, did all the writing, and did everything. And she has a report. Here we go.
So one of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps. And he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days. And I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me. And I'm starting to hate women because I'm like, when I say I mean Pete.
Okay. So she's like saying, look, listen, I am, well, not me, Pete. Right. So she's going to tell, how good looking Pete is.
The account I'm using. Pete's about a 6. But I'm so desperate. I'm liking the 2s and the 3s. And even they won't like me back, Pete, which is a 6. So what level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
It's not easy being a guy. Yeah, because she's pretty attractive. I would say she's a good 7.5. Asian, looks pretty good. And Sparky says,
Sparky
sure, she has
agrees.
no dating issues. Yeah, look at her.
Yeah.
She's hot. I get it.
She's very pretty. Yeah, she's pretty.
You know
But
what she did?
It's different.
You know
for
what
poor
she didn't
guys.
do? She didn't date the 6.
She's not. Well, because he's her friend, so he's friend zoned.
Yeah, you know why? So. Because he's a 6 and she's not dating a 6.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think there are some women that definitely have a very inflated sense of their selves. And I'm all about, like, you rock your confidence, girl. You go, girl, but like, there's more than just what was it that someone accused me of, like, wanting because I didn't understand what it was. It was the car, the money, there's like a group of 4 things. What was it? I don't know. Someone brought it up in the comments a few episodes back. But it's just like that women are looking for like 6-figure. Oh, it was like the 6 rule or something, like 6 figures, 6
foot tall, 6 figures, a 6-inch cock.
Yeah. Something like that.
Else.
Yeah.
The 3 6s.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
6,
The
6,
3
6. So
6s.
yeah. And I thought, I don't know. You can have all that, but if you can't talk to them or hang out or have fun or go out for drink, like if you have to hit it off with people. I think there's a lot to be said for, like meeting people online. It's not the same thing, but going out, like, where do you go now? Do you pick people up in bars? Like, you don't know who you're meeting. So it's weird there too. So I feel sorry for people who are going through that. It's probably very challenging. Like, you have to find in-person things and just try to weed them out, I suppose.
Okay. I get it.
I can't administer advice. My advice is go find people. Find something that you like to do and go join stuff that are like that. And then you'll find people, at least your people who might know other people. Like networking. It's networking. That's what you got to do. You have to network.
All right. Well, listen.
Right?
Our voice and
Advice from
text,
Duchess.
our voice and text number is 856-477-1935. Excuse me, I can't read because I'm trying to do 2 things at one time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have, I went to the voicemail and we actually have some messages. So here we go.
Wow.
We're not doing too well. Let's not get crazy. Hey, John, Josh here. I'm out shopping at the camping store. They have these 5-gallon porta potty shitters that would be an upgrade to the bucket. What color do you prefer? Honolulu blue, Falcon black, or Buccaneer red? I would go with black. Here's the thing. Okay.
Yeah, I guess you don't see what's in it.
Well, first of all, I don't shit in a bucket unless I absolutely have to. And I've only shit in a bucket a couple times, and it was years and years ago. But for me, I want a bucket that's white so I can see what the color is, because I've had issues where I've had some, remember the tea color pee that I had? I had to go to the doctors for because I was passing that kidney stone. And I also want to check to see how my water intake is, whether it's like a dark yellow or like a lighter one, So I would rather have the
what intake?
Water.
Water? Okay.
What did I say? Water?
Water.
Water
Yeah,
intake?
water.
Okay.
Wooder.
Right. We also have this from last week's story. It says Susan Smith should be let free in a way. The way I see it is all she did was a late-term abortion. She should be the new spokesperson for Planned Parenthood.
Shame on you. Shame on you, whoever left that. That's despicable.
I don't think, what it is? I don't think it's the fact that, okay, I understand what he's saying. It's a late-term abortion, but it's the method. Like, in other words, you just don't take a baby and just drown them. That's horrible. Puppies, maybe, but never babies.
Oh, my God, stop. Puppies. Don't drown anything. Again, it's the notion of it's very cold-blooded and calculated when a father does it, and that's always horrifying. But the fact that a mother, like someone who carries that baby and has that connection, just to throw them away and kill them because of a guy or what she thought, the guy would want. There's a special place in hell for her. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm not sorry. Fuck her.
Budweiser says it's the 2,920 day after pill.
Shame on you. Shame on you too. It's terrible.
Speaking of Budweiser sent in a voicemail. Would you like to hear it?
Okay.
You sure you want to hear this now?
Yes.
Okay. Just letting you know that this might be a topic that you're not really wanting to talk about.
Okay.
Here we
Probably
go.
Won't.
Hey guys, it's Bud. Just calling in to say it was a great show. Good show yesterday with that little impromptu stream that John had. Oh yeah, hey John. Remember that time you did a live stream and you streamed the argument with Doug? That was awesome. Anyways, take care. Ta-ta.
I held it all the way to the end. Aren't you proud of me?
Yes. So proud. There's a comment on your bucket.
Okay. Hold
There
on.
you
Let's
go.
go.
You managed to pull that right up.
Dirk says, weird too when you realize we went from listening to a guy scrubbing his brother-in-law's asshole to a guy pissing brown pus. This is an upgrade.
That's why he wants the white bucket.
It was just blood. It was passing a kidney stone. Can't a guy pass a kidney stone and not get his balls broken, for God's sake?
I think when you sent us pictures of it, you kind of eclipsed that.
Too much of a share, was it?
Here's my Jamingo tea, if I think I remember. That's what you called it.
Jamingo. I think it was. I'm a funny guy. What do you want from me?
I'm a funny motherfucker. Oh. Me and my Jamingo Pete.
I was watching a video the other day. I can't bring it up here because it's kind of violent, but I would like to talk about it. Because in a lot of these cities now, they're very dangerous. There's a lot of violence going on.
Yes.
And they're run by Democrats, and you can't have a gun. Cannot have a gun. You can't carry one, even if it's for self-protection. If you shoot somebody, and then, like, what if you can't defend yourself? Like, look at the gentleman that was in New York that choked out that stupid Michael Jackson.
Daniel Penny.
He's in, he's not in jail, but he's in trouble, right? He's got to
He's
spend
on
a lot
trial.
of money. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a GoFundMe that's probably paying for a lot of his legal fees.
Yeah.
But
I think
he
was up to $1 million, I think, on that.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing based on that? That the fact that Daniel Penny is in jail or is being held for trial for manslaughter, I guess, or aggravated manslaughter, whatever the charges are, for protecting people, and then today a report came out that the Alvin Bragg's, the district attorney in New York, his assistant was attacked and beat up and robbed in New York City today by an illegal alien, an immigrant, who was picked up several times and let go.
Get what you pay for, right?
There.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry that person got injured. I don't wish injury on them, but it's like ironic that Penny is trying to save people from being attacked by this crazy homeless man, and then he's being punished.
Right, because
that person literally,
it's more about the
and it
criminals'
wasn't their
rights.
first time. Yeah,
It's more
of
about
course.
the criminals' rights than it is about the
A
person.
non-citizen. You know. Okay.
Well, I know he
Stop
was.
me when
A,
this sounds
he was.
crazy.
Oh no, the one that beat up the mayor's or the mayor's. No, the DA's.
DA's assistant was
Right.
an illegal,
Well,
and who has been picked up several times and
This
let
is
go.
perfect. So in this video, there was 3 black women, and they got into a huge fight, and they're punching and pulling hair and everything, and a guy came in, and I don't know if he was a boyfriend or a pimp or whatever, but he reached in and he pulled out a sock full of pennies or a sock with a brick or a bar of soap on it, and he started swinging that thing, and I'll tell you what, those black chicks started to scatter. And I said, that's what you need. Just carry like a long tube sock full of pennies or maybe like a half a brick or bar of soap or something.
Couple rolls of quarters.
Something like that. And I would call it a dump chuck. A dump chuck where you would just take this thing and swing it around and whack them with this dump chuck.
Dump chuck, like whack-a-mole with your dump chucks.
And just, I mean, this guy was like a ninja warrior, man. He was like, he'd swing this thing and whoosh, and then that lady would go down and he'd swing it a couple more times and hit another. Like he was a man.
I
He was
see
like
him like doing nunchucks with it, like flipping it over his arm and his shoulder, just winging him around.
He was
That's
a black belt.
terrifying.
He was a black belt of the dump chuck, I would say. And I really do believe that would be an amazing, amazing thing to have with you. It doesn't. Yeah, look, Sparky says a big nut on the end of a string does the same thing. Oh, that's got to be a big nut. Yeah, that's got to be a big nut. But yeah, same thing. Another dump chuck. There's different.
As long
a
when
lot
you
of
hit it just
variations.
right, that's all it needs. You
Yeah,
just need to just
lot of
nab it in the right spot.
Variations of the dump chuck. Bob says it's bonus if you use
Bob.
an old cum suck. Also
That's
works.
disgusting.
All right,
just
everybody.
the smell. Fucking Ugh.
The smell.
That's hideous. Just exploding. But
I'm sorry. We have another voicemail. I don't even. I didn't
Okay.
even get a chance to listen to this one. Here we go.
all right, we'll do it live.
Hello, John and the marvelous Duchess. Sparky here.
Oh,
I have
Sparky.
one thing to say. John with no hat on his head looks like Uncle Fester with a beard.
Come on.
All he needs is a light bulb
in his
mouth.
Oh, Sparky, nice to hear you.
It's a good
Thank
thing
you.
I have walrus thick skin that I don't get upset about these things. Mike says, "Don't use a cum sock. That shit's like sandpaper."
Oh, well, I mean, if you're trying
Well,
to
thank
chase
you.
people away,
Thanks. I think that's the first time I've ever heard Sparky speak.
I
to be quite
know.
honest with you. Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Thank you, Sparky.
Thanks a lot. All right,
Love
it's
it.
time.
It's time.
Let me see if I can find it. Where did I put it? Here it is.
Mhm.
Well, before it was the 2024 and 2024, but we're past
Yes.
that now. So I've
We
changed the
are.
name of this segment to "I'm walking here." So
I'm walking here.
I'm walking
I
here.
love it. I love it.
All right, here we go. And I would just like to say thanks to Mr. Decaf because we made it. We made the 2024 and 2024. He's
He
done
did.
2,056 miles. Thank you
He has.
very
He's
much.
hauling. He's hauling.
Right. Dutchess
sure.
is at 21 and 98. And Josh
Mhm.
is at 22.25.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, you guys are, I mean, we only have a month left. That's a lot
Yeah.
to do in a month.
Yeah, it is.
Are you think you're going to make it?
I'm gonna try. I'm
I
gonna
know
try.
you're gonna
We
try.
really have to. I have to step it up. So I have not done as much steps in the past couple weeks. I've slowed down. So I don't think I'm going to, but I'm going to try.
Okay.
I'm not going to let it stop me.
I mean, that is an amazing feat.
Stay focused.
To be honest with you. Sparky says Duchess needs a new pair of shoes
Oh, I like shoes. I'll go for new shoes.
and a piss bucket to
I'm
cry
all up
in.
for new shoes.
So yes, you
That's
did a great
a
job.
riot.
I did nothing. I basically
John attached himself to
Yeah,
Matt.
you would say that I I had a substitute, for a pinch runner. I had a pinch walker that I used.
He had a pinch walker,
Mhm.
and he's dragging John.
Dragging.
I think it's been awesome though. It's definitely a fun challenge. I'm definitely going to do next year. So I'm going to sign up probably next week or something for the 2025 challenge. The fun thing about you doing it through this particular challenge is, well, first of all, I'm all about the swag. So I love like the medals and they give you like little bibs every time you get to your 100 miles. There's another bib. And a shirt and all that, but and they have an app, so I can track everything on the app. It was a really big challenge for me to do it this year, so I'm very happy I hit it. But there were some days I'm like, I got it. Mentally, it's tough because there's days I don't want to walk. Like I'm like, I don't want to do this, and it's like my goal is like minimum 5 miles a day, and then some days I'm like, I have to walk. And I can't go to bed in my head. I'm so wired up. I'm like, I gotta hit at least 5 miles.
Dean says, Forest Duchess, I just decided to walk, and I kept walking and walking and walking.
I do. Yep, I do. It's great. Jason said just pretend a horny Bruce is chasing you. Okay.
See, I told you. Line forms at the left, forms to the right.
No.
Stop it.
No.
I'm telling you. For some reason, I cannot seem to get my ending song up.
Oh,
I've been
no.
sitting here while you were talking.
Okay.
I was trying to
talking
figure
over
out,
here. We're
I was
walking
trying
and
to figure out how to
talking.
do that, but I'm looking
So
at it.
we have a tight schedule tonight because my boys are playing at the 8:15 game, and we're going to beat the shit, I hope, out of the Cleveland Browns and send them back to Scuzzy, Ohio. So, well, we're going to Ohio. They can just cry themselves to sleep. But it's going to be a big game, so we want to squish them.
This thing
So I'm
must
very
be opening.
excited.
I must have this thing open 7 times because I can't find it on my screen. It's got to be around here somewhere. I've been.
Hi.
Usually it goes up.
We're looking for
Son of a bitch.
Did you find it?
I did find it.
You did.
I did find
Squish
it.
'em.
All right, Duchess, let's get out of here.
Am I up? All right.
Oh, first of all, we will be here Monday, but we will not be here Thursday because I have to go to Wawa and get a turkey bowl.
We're definitely not doing Thanksgiving here, but we're going to have some fun on Monday. So show up for some good time, fun games, sort of things. Excellent. All right. Well, we're wrapping it up tonight, folks. Make sure you follow us on X, Facebook, Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube. You can view us on all those streaming platforms. It's so loud.
I'm sorry.
Follow us on socials.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not loud in my ears. There
That's
we go.
okay. Follow us on Facebook, X, Insta, and then you'll know our schedule because everybody seems to think our schedule is
Not
crazy.
everybody.
We're trying
Tampon Tom over in Discord.
All right. Well, we're Monday and Thursday nights at 6:30 Eastern. Download our podcast and subscribe so stay updated on everything. Of course, you can always call us or send us a text at our phone number 856-477-1935. And then you can always just find us on boomerbunker.com.
There we go. All right,
That's
everybody.
right. This
Have
is
a good
awesome.
week. Go Steelers. Go Steelers. And
Go Steelers.
we will see you Monday.
That's right.
Talk to you later.
Bye.